these drivers are as crazy as I am. So here we go. Drivers, start your engine.
You're listening to The Logan and Cody Show.
And here we go. It's another episode of The Logan and Cody Show. I'm Cody. This is Logan. Logan, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. I wasn't sure we were going to have 3 episodes, but surprisingly, we are here. We're still going. Viewers love us. So let's get the show on the road.
I'm shocked as well. I never thought it would go to 3 episodes. The people are loving it. The reviews are in. We have hundreds of thousands of people that are talking about the show. I was in at least 3 races this week where it was mentioned over the radio. Intensity Broadcasting is talking about us. The phones are ringing off the hook. The mail is pouring in. We're even picking up new radio affiliates by the day. We want to welcome our newest radio affiliate, 88.1 CCVT in Whale Cove, Nunavut. I believe that's in Canada, right, Logan?
Yes, that is in northern Canada.
I'm impressed. We have an international following. The success has been out of control, and we really, really appreciate you all supporting us. And because of that, we've had Stu the intern go through the thousands of comments you left on YouTube, and he's assembled the best 5 he could find, and we're going to read them on the air. Starting off with, for the second week in a row, Monotone Mumbles comes in with first. I guess that means we're first in his heart. Josh Hall says, I think I lost 15 IQ points listening to this. Thanks, Josh. We appreciate that. Michael Lawrence says, played this on my ride to Sonoma. My son fell asleep. Works better than Dramamine. Thank you, Michael, for listening. Brian Nudie, I don't even know who that is. Amazing show. Number 1 show on YouTube right now. That's not the same Brian Nudie, by the way, that was in the studio last week. And finally, Ken Starner says, this content is not interesting. Please talk about beer instead. We're actually in talks with Ken to get him on the show to start doing a weekly beer segment. I think there's some legalese that needs to be worked out. Our legal team is talking to his legal team. It's a big thing. So hopefully we have a beer segment starting on the show next week. But for this show, we're gonna change things up a little bit. We're gonna do a new segment called Headlines. Then we're gonna do a league rundown report. We've got a all new segment called Radioactive. Then we're gonna do a couple interviews, starting with the man this past week. No one could beat him. Stephen Black is on the show. We also have an interview with Dean Quallie. And one of my favorite segments that I was looking forward to since last week, the meme report with Blake. So let's get started. Logan, let's do some headlines.
Alrighty, Cody. So, starting off Saturday night, we had the breaking news that Max McClure was stepping down as owner of the iOS Oval Series, and Dean Quallie was taking over.
This shocked everyone in the racing circles. Was completely shocked by this. My Discord started going nuts. I don't think I've ever had as many Discord messages at the same time as I did that night. What were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, it was same thing. Discord was totally blown up. I couldn't even keep up with the news. I think we kind of saw it coming though for a while. I know after the iOS Super Speedways kind of folded that there were some upset people with how Max handled it, and I think that was kind of the downfall. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think the nail in the coffin, so to speak, was when iOS still decided to have their super speedway race, and I think three or four people showed up. Only the loyal people like you showed up, and everyone kind of raced Dylan's race instead. And I think at that point, I think the writing was on the wall that Max was going to step down.
What are your thoughts on Dean Quallie taking over?
Oh, I'm a huge Dean Quallie fan. I have a poster of him up on my wall. I try to talk to him a lot more than I want to, but that's just how it goes. He doesn't really respond that often. But yeah, I think it's a good move for the league. I think Dean is a lot. How do I want to say this? I think Dean is a lot better at taking a step back, listening to input, and then thinking about it rather than reacting. And I think Max, to his credit, did a great job building iOS. But I think Max kind of has, this is my league. And if you don't like it, you can go somewhere else, where I think Dean is going to kind of take input and try to build the league around the people in it.
Yeah, I agree with the way that you said that, Cody. I feel like Dean's more of a people person, and Dean's going to make decisions around the admin team that he selected and the members of the league, and not do anything drastic in the heat of the moment, where I feel like Max ran into some problems like that before, especially with how he handled the Dylan Redding thing and ending the iOS Super Speedway series.
Yeah, and we should be transparent here too. We offered Max the opportunity to come on the show this week and talk about this, because we knew we were having Dean on, and we, as of last night, we thought we were going to have Max on, and I guess I can just say it. He flaked out basically, and we haven't heard from him.
Yep, that's exactly how it went down. I reached out to him before the start of the Super Speedway Series race last night, and he said he would be on after, and then he never showed up.
On that note, what else you got?
We had Brooke Quallie win her very first race with the ARCA Rookie Series Sunday night, and that was in her third start.
It's so impressive to see, when Jax came in and started winning races and ended up winning a championship, I thought it couldn't get any better. But then Dean's other child, Brooke, comes in, and in her third race ever, already a winner. It's just really impressive to me. Yeah,
I feel like this is the Quallie League. We got Jackson
sure
in there, we got Brooke in there winning races, and I'm sure Brooke's going to be maybe even going for the championship. And then you have Dean running the show. I just feel like there's Quallies everywhere.
But who's not winning races of the Quallie family, and that's Dean. I don't think he has a win yet.
I don't even remember ever racing him.
Well, yeah, and it's always so awkward when you're in a race too, because you see Dean Quallie, but you have no idea if it's Brooke Jackson or Dean.
How do we know it was Brooke Quallie racing on Sunday?
See, that's what you just brought up a great point, Logan. How do we know that these kids are not to take anything away from them, but how do we know that it's actually the kids behind the wheel?
We don't know. I've wondered that.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a formal protest, but yeah. Anyway, so what else you got?
So we had Stephen Black coming off. He won 3 races in a row, and that starts last week with the Truck Series at Las Vegas, and then he won the ARCA Pro Series Monday night at Homestead. And then he won the Cup Series race at Homestead. So that was 3 in a row for him.
I mean, it kind of blows my mind, because for an entire week in iOS, no one else was able to win. And it's not like anybody didn't see this coming, because last season, that guy had to lead the most laps by 2 or 3 times over the competition. And he just kept kind of getting cheated out of wins there. But yeah, I mean, it's good to see him finally come through and get 3 wins in a row. But that's why we're having him on the show today, because it's something that I never thought anyone would do, and he makes it look easy.
Yeah, and it's not really that surprising. Like, if anybody's going to win 3 in a row, he's one of those guys that you're going to think of that's going to do it.
We should be transparent too that he has by far the highest I rating in iOS.
I didn't know that. Do you know what his I rating is?
Yeah, he's up around 4K. I think the next guys are Colin Willems with a 2600, and I think Kyle Mays might have a 2900 maybe. and Dakota doesn't race anymore, but Dakota, he shared a screenshot like Charlotte week. He gained like 900 iRating. I don't know how you do that, but Steven's definitely got the highest iRating in iOS.
It shows. He's clearly a phenomenal talent.
For sure.
And then other news headlines this week, we had Fronik the Legend. He's back after a week hiatus. He wandered off into the dark, and now he's back in the late with us.
Yes! The Legend back once again. I didn't realize the hiatus was less than a week. Did he even miss a race?
Yes, I think he did miss races last week. I don't think he raced last week at all.
Okay, but yeah, I think Fronik's absence was related to Max in a way. So I think when Dean came in, I think Fronik decided to give it another shot. And judging by our radioactive segment this week, I haven't heard all of it, but I know Fronik makes several appearances.
Yes, he does. And I think you're exactly right. There was a lot of drama going on the last couple weeks with Max in the league. And so he just didn't want anything to do with that. So he left. And then once Dean stepped in as the owner, Fronik came back. And now everybody's happy. We can all live in our paradise and keep on racing.
He was the number one requested thing in memes and GIFs this week, too.
I'm not surprised. But I'm glad to have him back on and on the radioactive. Him and Brian Murrell Jr. You got to have those two racing just for the radioactive.
Oh my gosh, it's comical. I wish we could get all of everything they say on the radio into radioactive, but it would be an hour.
Yeah, and I don't have time to edit all that, so.
Yeah, that's the thing people don't know is the editing on the show is wearing us down, but we're going to get better here, and hopefully it starts running a lot smoother. Do we have any more headlines?
That is all I have for headlines this week.
The Spill with Isaiah Gill, a podcast with Isaiah Gill where he discusses with other drivers the art of saving tires, pit strategy, and restarts.
And now in our news segment, we're going to go over some results from some leagues around iRacing, starting with the TRJ Karting Blazing Pedals Xfinity Series. It's a mouthful. Matt Gruenberg wins $100 by winning the caution-filled All-Star race at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. You can find that on Turn 3 Network every week. Moving on to the iOS ARCA Pro Series, Stephen Black takes the checkered flag at Homestead, and that's on Intensity Broadcasting every week. Staying with Intensity Broadcasting, the iOS Cup Series this week was the Greene County EMS Stretcher Fetcher 188 with payouts also provided by the Logan and Cody Show. Stephen Black took the checkered flag in that one. That was at Homestead as well. And finally, with iOS, it was the Truck Series at Nashville Fairgrounds in a caution-filled race with 15 total cautions. Kyle Mays takes the checkered flag in that one. That's on Intensity Broadcasting. And finally, we have the Pelicans Snowballs Super Speedway Series and our very own Logerman with the checkered flag in that one at ISS Speedway. You can find that one on Throttle Up Racing Network. And by the way, Dakota Camper with an incredible call on that one. You'll hear that later in the show. And another amazing thing that happened while we're talking about the Pelican series is we were all hanging out after the race and we were kind of just looking at replays and we stumbled upon a guy named Mike Fuller. I don't really know much about him. But I have the clip here, Logan. Let's take a look and talk about it because it's one of the more amazing things I've ever seen. Keep in mind, this happened under caution, so this is not even at speed. Take a look. So again, it's under caution. He hits the outside wall, the inside wall. The car's saved at this point, by the way. And he pins the barrels.
I'm not sure he's sober there.
Yeah, I mean, thoughts? I don't know what. Here's the in-car.
Yeah, there's no way. He's either been drinking or he was sniffing something before the race. Or snorting something.
Oh, this is my favorite part of the video at the end when the steering wheel is cocked almost a whole 180 degrees.
Bro.
Yeah, I don't know. We tried to have him on the show. It's iffy if we're gonna get him, but But yeah, I thought that was a hilarious moment from the Super Speedway series.
Yeah, I hope he comes on. I'd really like to hear his walkthrough of what happened here.
Yeah, talk us through this.
Look at him just driving through all the pits.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you've already wrecked the car, so you might as well just go down every single pit stall.
Do you know where he was running before that?
I don't know. I don't really know the situation of why he was at that, because he didn't look like he was around any other cars.
Yeah, it didn't look like he had any damage or anything before that either. It just looked like he plowed the outside wall and then plowed the inside wall and then the pit wall.
Maybe he thought he has to use the extra fast repair, and maybe he thought, I'm not going to have a chance to use it, so I might as well use it now.
He was definitely heavily intoxicated.
Well, I mean, to be fair, like, Willems is heavily intoxicated every week too.
Yeah,
so I'm not going to knock anyone for that.
So is Dustin Dean.
Well, yeah, but Dustin Dean got kicked out of the league.
Probably because he was heavily intoxicated every race.
Yeah, we still love you, Dustin, just not on the track.
Yeah, we'll see you next season, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. All right, well, I think we're on to the radioactive segment.
All right, I'm excited. This is the first week for it. Everybody's been asking for it. So let's play it up.
I love a good radioactive.
Will was behind us? I thought I felt the anchor.
But I just ass-packed you. Sorry about that, Cody.
Yeah, a little harder.
Big pile up. Checking up.
When's Stephen Black to be on the Logan and Cody show?
I was backwards with a blown motor.
Logan, I'm glad you saved that. You kind of made a bold move, and I wasn't ready for it. Bustin' Dean was giving autographs.
Cody, you're just having all kinds of issues today.
Sorry, Bailey.
Where were you going? Pitting from lane 3?
Yeah, go underneath me when I say I'm pitting. That's the best idea I've ever had there, bud.
You kept going up, dude.
Like, that means go underneath, I guess. Straight up.
Touche. They should cover this place in dirt. That'd be fun.
Discord will be interesting.
Nice win, Logan. Doesn't count as a cup win, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't push the pusher.
Sore losers, man. Heard that. I really heard that.
Come on, y'all. You're let that Stephen Black guy win.
Brandon, fuck you, man. Fuck you.
I mean, Maze, you're a fucking piece of shit. We go over this every week. You fucking came off the wall and wrecked his ass. Quit acting like you're the fucking victim, you fucking...
There's your radio sweetheart right there. Had to get muted.
No, we did all right. We must be expert drivers.
Fast as fuck, boy. All right, Junior, I'm following you to the front.
I don't have any words for that ridiculous move.
You were 4 wide.
And you made it 5 wide. I saw you in my mirror coming, thinking he's not going to do it, and boom, you do it.
No, I didn't mean to do it. I just got loose.
Sit down, Brett. Brian. Gonna send it.
I got hot and had to pull out.
Pat.
Yeah, he's nailing me.
I'm always hot, and I definitely don't ever pull out.
That just makes my day hearing that.
Thanks, you asshole.
Hell, man, that was you. It wasn't me.
It looked like you just turned hard left.
Trying to miss you. You were all sideways. I was just trying to miss you, and I hit you.
Just keep it straight. I'm not going to bounce it off you. I'll spin it out instead of turn it into the fucking field. I'm not an idiot.
Well, it sure looked like you was an idiot trying to come off that corner.
Yeah, shut up.
Oh, my bad, buddy. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that. Thought I was clear there. That's completely my fault.
It's playing around, Will. Sorry, Cody hit you in a bad spot.
Yeah, sorry we're all slow. Our bad.
I talked shit and Joe beat me.
Hey, Cody, by the way, thanks for the follow on Twitch, bud. Appreciate you.
That was stupid, Mike.
So was that one my fault?
We all have jobs, Steven.
Yeah, what was that?
Wrecking.
Well, good night.
Up front, your winner, Stephen Black.
Nothing stopping them now. Kyle Mays is going to bring home this victory.
Yep, Kyle Mays, your winner. Colin Willems, second place. And Brian Nudie getting the third spot. What a race.
Isaiah Gill to take that second spot away as they come. Oh, Isaiah Gill into the wall gets Kyle Mays. Brian Nudie's going to take the third position. But Stephen Black will be your winner here. Making it 3 in a row in iOS.
Loving now to the outside, but he's not going to have enough momentum, I don't believe. Logan Hagerman with the win. Carl Burke comes home second spot. And Steve Loving in third.
Also, don't forget to listen to the When Animals Attack podcast with host Brian Murrell Jr. and Greg the Legend Froenick, where they take a deep dive into online videos of animals attack.
And now we're going to bring in our first guest of the show, Mr. Stephen Black, the guy coming off 3 straight wins in iOS. I never thought it would be done, but I'm not surprised that he's the one that did it. Stephen, thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Cody and Logan.
So, Steven, how are you feeling after winning 3 in a row?
Well, I feel pretty good. I really wanted to make it 4 at Nashville, but 3 in a row is a big accomplishment, considering the amount of competition that I have every week and all 3 of the series that I run in. So I was pretty stoked about being able to get 3, and hopefully we have the same amount of success next week. So
I'm not gonna lie, Steven, I thought you had it at Nashville the other night.
Yeah, I felt like I had a chance to win. I came and got tires about halfway through the race, about lap 61, and I just couldn't make the passes. It's really hard to pass at that track.
So I learned today from Cody, so this is according to Cody, it may not be true, it might be true. He says that you have the highest I rating out of the iOS guys. Is that true?
Last I checked, yes, I did. Or I do. I think I was at a 4,500
crazy
a few months ago, and I just stopped running officials. Like, I'm not a big fan of I think everyone knows I'm not a big fan of how the cars drive, and unless it's the ARCA car, then put me in that thing, and I love driving it because you actually have to wheel it, but I'm not a big fan of the way these cars drive at all, like the modern day cars. They feel like slot cars to me. I don't think it really... if you talk to drivers in real life, like I saw interviews with like Brad Keselowski and Matt Kenseth when he came back last season after a couple of years off. You don't really know who has it and who doesn't because it's so easy to drive at bigger tracks. But yeah, it's a pretty level playing field, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, are you going to be racing all the races this season, or not? I know that with your occupation, I don't know if you're able to make all the races.
I will next week. After that, we'll see. I'm hoping I can make the rest of the Cup races for sure. I know I'm locked in on all 3 series. I'm not sure if ARCA's running playoffs. I didn't see any playoff points being awarded, but on the schedule it says there is. So if either of you two could fill me in on that, I'm not really familiar if they were doing that this season or not.
Oh, they don't tell us anything.
Yeah.
So we're in the dark like you are. But Stephen, quickly mention what you do for a living because it's pretty interesting.
I'm a medic in the Army, and I've been a medic in the Army for coming up on 8 years now. I joined when I was 18, and I went to.
But dude, you jump out of airplanes.
Yep, I went to airborne school in 2015 in January, and jumped out of an airplane 5 times and earned my parachutist badge, and I got assigned to Anchorage, Alaska, to the Arctic Airborne Brigade, and jumped a few times up there of some helicopters, mostly airplanes though, and then I came here to Fort Benning and in Georgia, and I've amassed probably close to 40 jumps total since 2015, and qualified as a jump master, which kind of jokingly I graduated early from the 6-week course. The course itself is only 3 weeks long, but I only had to go one time. It's a school that really hard to pass. I think only about 30% of people that go pass on their first try. So.
Also do car designs, because I see every week you're always posting car designs. What do you call it? Black designs? Is that what you call it?
Yes.
Where can people see your stuff?
I have a Facebook page. I post on Instagram. I know I really haven't made that handle very publicly known. I actually just made a website, and I'm hoping to gain rights to an actual outright URL before too long, probably like next month. I'm trying to get my name out there a little bit more. I actually want to do designs for teams when I get out at some point. I'm enrolled in college right now too, and trying to balance how much I work and doing college courses and racing with you guys on a weekly basis. It's a fun time for sure.
That's awesome. We know that you did a Logan and Cody show paint scheme for Derek or David Chaput, whatever you want to call him, and it looked amazing. So thanks for making that paint scheme for us. And you also made the logo for our show, so we really appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem, guys. Like I said, I really have a passion for doing it, and I've been freelancing, like no prior education and graphic design. I started way back in like 2009 with NRO3 and kind of just fooled around with stuff and making cars for that. And I took a really long hiatus, probably from the time I joined the Army to last April, when it came to designing cars, and I had to relearn a lot of stuff, but a lot of it was still familiar to me. But I'm always trying to look for things to better myself in Illustrator or Photoshop. I'm trying to look into learning how to trace out cars and draw cars in Illustrator as well too.
Well, I can say that you've done one of my favorite all-time paint schemes that I've ever raced with. I remember when I met you, you basically forced me to run a paint because I would just run a plain color scheme, but the 52 Brandt scheme you whipped up, I've run that car a lot and I really like it. So I appreciate you doing that, and like Logan said, we really do appreciate the artwork because it's far better artwork than we thought we would ever have on this show.
Yeah, I know you guys put in a lot of time and effort past couple of episodes to put something like this out, and like we could kind of view it as, you know, a couple of guys just having fun, but I think you guys are more than talented enough to have this, you know, go somewhere and make it a lot bigger than it is.
Well, we appreciate that. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on, Steven, before we go?
I just want to give you guys a shout out for, like I said, doing this podcast every week, and all the guys at Racing iOS. I think I owe a lot of thanks to you guys for letting me come out and race every week, and I enjoy racing against people and going out there, and I'm really competitive, and Cody tries to keep me on the straight and narrow, but I have that really competitive demeanor, and Cody tries to keep me in check. I'm really difficult to listen to on the Discord when we are racing, so I know I need to improve on that end, but I look forward to many more races with you guys, and hopefully many more seasons and many more podcasts.
Well, man, we appreciate it, and I just have to say that without your guidance last season, I don't win that championship. I don't even come close. So yeah, I appreciate you coming on the show, and I appreciate all the things we've learned from you, and thanks for coming on. And now we'd like to welcome in Dean Quallie to the show. Dean, great to have you. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks. Thanks for having me on the Logan and Cody show.
Well, we're thrilled to have you.
Dean, obviously the news broke Saturday night about the ownership change with the iOS series. But before we get into that, I would kind of like to learn a little bit of your history. When did you join iRacing, and when did you join the iOS series?
To be honest, I've only been on iRacing since last April. I think I started, and just did some official races, and then I found out how I can get onto leagues, and that's where I met Max and Dylan and Dean, and it all started from there when Max first started up his league there. So.
Now, have you always played an admin role with iOS?
Yes and no, I guess. At first, I was just basically a racer, and then I got talking with Max there, and after that, then I pretty much was, you could call it his right-hand man.
Do you enjoy doing the admin side of things more so than actually racing?
Yeah, it's I enjoyed doing that. I like helping out. That's for sure.
So we know that you obviously have 2 kids who race. You have Jackson Quallie, who was our ARCA champion last year. And we also have a new member racing this year. And who was that?
That's Brooke. That's my daughter. She's 14, so she's very new to iRacing, but she does come from some racing background.
Brooke got her very first win Sunday with the ARCA Rookie Series at Concord. Was that her first start? I don't remember seeing her out there the last couple of weeks, but I don't really remember.
Yeah, no, this would have been her third race, I guess, with the ARCA Rookie.
That's pretty impressive. So going into Saturday, we found out that you were going to be the new league owner. Can you give us a little breakdown how that came about?
There's been some drama, I guess you could call it, in iOS, and some people weren't happy with the way Max was making decisions and some of the wording he was using, but I think I talked with Max there, and I could see it from my standpoint that Max is ready for a break, so I pretty much asked him if he wanted me to take over and take the reins and try and get it so everybody's enjoying themselves instead of a big old pissy match, and have a good time, I guess.
So you also announced your admin team. Do you want to let everybody know who your admins are for this series?
Yep. So Stephen Black, he is going to be in charge of the Cup Series. Ryan Nudie, he's going to take over the trucks. Cody Moore is going to help me with ARCA here, and Logan is he's our support for the whole admin team.
Now, is there any kind of big changes or announcements that we can expect from the iOS series?
I don't think to start. No, I think pretty much we're gonna roll with what we started here, and then we'll make changes for next season.
I just need to know what is in the water up there where you live, where you have these kids coming out and dominating full-grown adults.
Well, I don't know. It's just good water up here in Canada.
Is it the water or is it the maple syrup?
Oh, it could be the maple syrup. It actually could even be that Tim Hortons coffee.
Are you a double type of guy?
Personally, no. I'm a regular, extra large regular, but I do on occasion have a double.
All right, so quickly explain to our non-Canadian listeners like myself, what is a double?
A double is 2 cream, 2 sugar.
Gotcha. Well, Dean, we really appreciate you being on the show and coming on and being so candid. Thanks for being on.
Hey guys, thanks. It's been a blast. Hope to be on again sometime soon.
For sure. Thanks, Dean.
MeUndies, everybody. Are your balls uncomfortable when iRacing? Well, not anymore with MeUndies, patented iRacer Special. These undies are made out of micro modal and have a small fan that blows directly on your balls. Powered by a 9-volt battery, not included. Enjoy the cool breeze as you breeze past the competition. MeUndies.com, everybody.
We'll be right back, but now it's Blink's Back Alley.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Blink, the Magic Man, the famed number 31 driver, and I'm here to present you memes and gifts of the week of the iRacing Oval Series. So I'm going to start off in no order are these ranked as my favorites. This week was a very productive week for memeology in the iOS. Memes and gifts was hopping all week. But my first one will start off with the kind and charitable side of a guy that we never see very often. That would be Stephen Black. His kindness of meeting, being an idol to none other than the Isaiah Gill. They put together a little Make-A-Wish deal for Gill to get to meet up with his longtime hero, Stephen. Beautiful piece of work here. I'm gonna rate this one a 7.8 out of 10. 10 being the absolute best. Next up, we have, this was actually created by myself, and I'm not being partial to my own work, but I did put a lot of time and thought into this one. We've got two legends in the making, in Stephen Black and myself, Mr. Magic Man Blink Hensley. This is a live photograph that was caught after Homestead in Victory Lane after the beautiful 1-2 finish by Cyclone Racing. Myself and my father. So this one, again, not being partial to myself, just not based at all. This is at least an 8 out of 10. Next, we have how much signal I need to cut across 8 lane. None. I turn now. Good luck, everybody else. Said by the one and only Isaiah Gill. I don't have a live clip of his Radioactive, but at the time of the blowout in the Cup race on the last lap, I believe this is what was coming out of Isaiah's mouth. So this one, 7.5 out of 10. Next, I'm Isaiah's Goodyear tire. Boom confetti. Absolutely wonderful. I think this was a Josh Hall creation. I'm going to give this one a 9.5 out of 10. Beautiful piece of work. And next, I fear no man, but that thing, it scares me. And this is the graphic of Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway from the truck race Wednesday night. Carnage, Untamed. And then this is not really a piece of meme work, but the beautiful photo of some of our iOS drivers met up at Sonoma Raceway this weekend. The beautiful mullet of Colton Kinsey. And yeah, then you got the Merles. They're just kind of there. One's wearing a Denny shirt, and another in a Byron shirt. Yeah, But I just want to focus on the beautiful sombrero and Nudi's road course talent hanging out underneath his shirt. Again, this isn't really a meme, but this is absolutely 11 out of 10. Broke my scale. Couldn't have been better. The best thing to grace the channel this week in iOS. And that's all I have for you this week. Tune in next week.
Well, Logan, it's that time. We need to wrap up the show. We're on our 3rd episode. I know we joke around a lot on this show, but in all seriousness, we have to give a huge thanks to all the support we've had. Again, the support has been overwhelming. I think Logan can agree with me. Special shout out to Intensity Broadcasting for mentioning us on their channel. We really do appreciate it. If you get a chance, check out Intensity Broadcasting on YouTube, Facebook. Is there anything else they're on?
They're on Twitch as well.
Twitch, okay. Oh, and I think they're on that. I'm sorry, I apologize for not knowing the name of it, but check them out on Roku. I know they're on an app. I think it's e-racing or something like that. But yeah, we really appreciate everyone's support. We've heard people talk about it during the races. Fronik mentioned it the other night during the race. It really is. We appreciate it, and we're really surprised by the outpouring of support. So we'll keep doing this. Anything you learned on the show today, Logan?
No, I don't learn anything from the show. I'm like Josh Hall. I'm just losing IQ points.
Well, I learned that Blink does his segment live from the Greene County Firehouse while other people are standing around, and that's pretty impressive.
That is very impressive. It was a good segment too. Blink, good job on that, man. I'm excited for next week. Maybe next week we can get your coworkers to kind of do it with you. That'd be cool.
Oh, like a whole group of Firehouse people reviewing memes from a very unknown iOS iRacing league. Yeah, that'd be good radio.
Yeah, we got to spice it up a bit.
For sure. All right, well, we're going to get out of here. So thank you again, everyone, for all the support, and we'll see you next week.